The Handmaid's Tale, Season 1, Episode 1. June, Luke, and little baby Hannah on the run. They crash in the woods, the Guardians here they come. It is tense, they are shook, they on foot, hear the gun. Luke is shot off screen, Hannah's taken from June. Hear the cries, hear the screams. Flash forward to the present. June dressed in red, white bonnet is depressing. Her internal monologue lets us know. She goes, her name is Alfred. Handmaids live in strict militant households. June arrives at her assigned home. We meet Rita and Martha, the housekeeper or the joint. Then we meet the lady or the manor, Serena Joy. She is cold, treats June like a vessel, like a toy. Flashback to the Red Center, a training facility where the ladies are taught to bend her. The will of their society, headed by Aunt Lydia, telling them be obedient. She brutal, got no lenience, telling them that they handmaids, teaching them what the meaning is. Now we back at the crib, time for the ceremony, and now we see what it is. Most women can't have kids, they use women like June for breeding. Serena in the room, a friend, Waterford's beating. She's staring at the ceiling, disassociate repeated. We see June walking to the market with off Glenn, her assigned partner. June doesn't know if she can trust her. One wrong move, say one wrong thing, and you busted. We got bodies hanging on the wall, dusty. Just a reminder of how you supposed to act. Flashback back at the center. We meet Moira, she the homie, trying to escape. Flashback to them days. June and Moira doing great, hitting the gym, staying in shape, drinking coffee. Now we back at the center. Moira and June vowing they will never break. Back to the present. Off Glenn tells June, there's an eye in your house. June looks up, quiet as a mouse, but her internal monologue lets us know calmly they shouldn't have given us uniforms if they didn't want us to be an army. The Handmaid's Tale, Season 1, Episode 2. We open up with June. She used to be invisible, but now she's only viewed as a vessel, as a means to reproduce. Flashback, Han Moira at the Red Center, talking about how they can use Lydia's faith against her. Now we meet Janine, aka Off Warren. When we meet her in the story, she is pregnant, she in labor. All the ladies, they're supporting upstairs. Yo, it's weird. All the wives simulating the birth, pretending to go through labor. What on earth? Back to Janine putting in the real work, surrounded by handmaids, she in pain. Gives birth to a little girl, no time to celebrate. The wife steps in, gets the baby shower. June gets a cupcake from Serena Joy. She pretends to be grateful. Flashback, Moira and June, it's a breakthrough. Rock an aunt's outfit, escape to the train station. They part ways to avoid suspicion. June gets busted. Hey, she tried, bro. Back to the present, we meet Nick, the driver. He tells June Fred wants to see her alone, which is against protocol. Tells her be careful, maybe he's a 9, you'll inspire their resistance. June steps into the office knowing how big this risk is, but Fred, he just wanna kick it. Play Scrabble, June reflects on her position. Their rebellion is brewing, even though it's hidden. The Handmaid's Tale, Season 1, Episode 3. We get to see more of June's daily routine. Repetitive, monotonous, rinse and repeat. Grocery trip with Off Glenn. She speaks about Mayday and resistance group. June still a little guarded, she don't know if it's the truth. One wrong move and it's over, and the bodies on the wall are the proof. Flashback to the early Gilead days, right before the coup. June's in her office, women fired on the spot, bank accounts frozen, protests erupt. Moira feeling stuck, cause she also lost her job, they in shock. Back to the present, it's a new day. Off Glenn's been replaced. Word on the streets, she was taken by the eyes. Their worst fears realized. Gag thrown in the back of a black van. The new Off Glenn's kinda weird, super quiet and polite. Flashback to the time June got busted. Rita, the housekeeper's being a little too nice. They think she pregnant. Serena Joy invites her to see Janine's baby with the other wives. June kicks it with Janine, she ain't doing too good. They get back to the crib. The eyes on Aunt Lydia are waiting. Aunt Lydia tells her Off Glenn was a gender traitor. In Gilead, being a lesbian is a crime. June admits that she knew she gets smashed with the cattle prod. They ask the questions, get what they want. They about to leave. Aunt Lydia quotes the Bible. Blessed are the meek. June quotes the Bible too. Blessed are those who suffer for the cause of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. She gets beaten and prodded. Serena jumps in, tell him stop it, she pregnant. Later, Nick checks up on her with some ice for her bruises. They almost kiss, have a moment but breaking. June gets a period. She tells Serena, Serena gets serious. Drags her up the stairs, throws her in the room, going things can get much worse for you. Off glance in a courtroom, shackled and gagged. The woman she was seeing is also there. They get dragged, thrown into the van. They hold each other's hands. The woman wasn't Martha, she irreplaceable. Bag over her head, they tied in the rope. Off Glenn watches helpless, no rescue, no hope. Next scene, she wakes up in pain in a hospital ward. Groggy, broken and dazed, genitals bandaged. Aunt Lydia is there to justify the mutilation. Calls her by her real name, Emily. Wow. Talking about things will be so much easier for you now. Back up the waterfalls, June keeps her head low. The price of defiance is clearer than ever though. The fire's still there, it just simmers inside. In quiet resistance, she's learning to hide. She goes, they can take everything, they can break our bodies, but not our right to fight. The Handmaid's Tale Season 1, Episode 4. June's in her room, it's been 13 days even though the door's unlocked. She's trapped and ignored, tired, lying on the floor. She sees words carved in the wood, saying don't let the bastards grind you down. She assumes it was written by the previous author. She reads it and draws strength from the message. Rita checks in, June tells her that she feels lightheaded. Rita tells Serena, Joy and Fred and they ain't sympathetic, but they let her see a doctor. Examines her and then he locks her door, tells her Fred's probably shooting blanks. If you let me hit it, you can say that baby his. June is like no thanks. On the drive back, June is screaming out to Nick. He like, I'm sorry, this is shit. He goes, I wish, then trails off back to the crib. June begs Serena Joy for forgiveness, like sorry that I let you down, let me out the room. But Serena stands on business. She ain't moved, she just carries on knitting, sitting quietly back in the room. June's lying in the closet, lost in her thoughts. Back when June and Moira saw an aunt's uniform and a cattle prod. Back when June got caught and the punishment was harsh. Back to the present for the ceremony starts. Fred asks June for a Scrabble rematch. Serena Joy rocks in there to play a part. Time to get it done, but Fred, he ain't getting hard. Trying to get it up, but it ain't happening. He marches out of the room, it is awkward. Serena Joy follows him, offers a hand like she could be his fluffer, get him in the mood to bang. Her advances get rebuffed, it is rough. Serena sends June back to her room. Later that night, June and Fred playing Scrabble. When she wins this time, they talk about the previous handmaid who died. Fred goes, it was a suicide. June asks Fred to let her out the room and he agrees. She steps out the door, breathes, sees Serena Joy. They lock eyes, her spirit isn't broken nor destroyed. Right. The Handmaid's Tale Season 1, Episode 5. We open up on Fred and June. He got his shoes off and the vibes a little more relaxed. This the 34th game of Scrabble that they've played. Facts, June's learning real fast that he likes it when she flirts. Most magazines were destroyed and made it legal, but I guess a perk of hanging out with Fred. She can read a fashion magazine, reading quizzes, seeing images of how things used to be. Serena Joy hollers at June on the low. She like, maybe Fred is shooting blanks, we need another man. Fred doesn't have to know. Maybe we could use Nick. They set it up and then she dips to the market where we see Off Glenn, now known as Off Steven. Fuck it, let's just call her Emily. They catching up excitedly, but then they get interrupted by the new Off Glenn who's an off, so they drop it. Back to shopping. On the walk home, Off Glenn opens up. In her old life, she was hooked on drugs. Now she clean, got a safe place to sleep. Back at the crib, Serena Joy sneaks June and Nick's apartment. They get it on, it's awkward. We flash back to June meeting Luke. The chemistry they had, the romance. She gets mad at what it took. Next ceremony Fred touches June's thigh, Serena's shook. That night June flips, tells Fred, yo, that shit can get me sent to the colonies or worse. They exchange words. Fred's like, we just wanted to make the world a better place. The next day, June and Emily get to chat. June tells her that she feels bad about what was done to her. Tells her we can fight back, find a way. She keeps calling her off plan, but she tells her, by the way, my name is Emily. Then she steals a car, drives into an eye. They drag her out the window. June sees it as a sign. After all, they put her through the fire and her still survived. Later that night, June sneaks off to Nick's, takes off her bonnet and strips. They passionately kiss, get it on, moves her hips, put in work. They get it on her terms. Word. The Handmaid's Tale Season 1, Episode 6. We find the handmaids as they rinse, scrub the blood from the walls in preparation for a visit from the Mexican trade delegation. And Janine is like, it looks really weird with no dead bodies here. Serena Joy makes it clear, tells June if she asks any questions, she gotta be smooth. They arrive, Nick and June are waiting outside. The ambassador's a woman and her duty's her assistant. How refreshing, ayo, Gilead would never. They ask June, what's your name? But she clever, she like Alfred. It's a symbol of her sacred position. Next question, did you choose to be a handmaid? She like, yeah, I mean, who's gonna be honest when they watching? Even the wives play a long flashback. Now we on to Serena and Fred. Turns out our ideas helped build Gilead. They were happy. Flash forward and the men have taken over, and Serena's lost her power, cold shoulder. Her hair is pinned, she's no longer allowed in the rooms where they make decisions. Now we back to the present. Fred is with June in his office and he orders her to kiss him. She gives him a little peck. He like, listen, do it like you mean it. It's all about survival, so she leans in, holds his face as she kissing him. He like, bet, then dismisses her. June brushes her teeth, makes her gums bleed. At the banquet, Serena gives a speech. They bring their children in for everybody to see. Looking happy, looking cute, looking sweet. June goes off to meet Nick. She feeling shitty, feeling weak, cause all the answers that she gave. Nick calls her Alfred. She yells, that ain't my name. She reclaims it and tells him, I'm June. Nick's like, alright June, it's nice to meet you. The next day, the ambassador and her assistant are wrapping up their visit. June sees her moment, they alone. She like, yo, this a brutal place. We are prisoners, they kill us if we try to escape. We get tortured, every month we get raped. They took my daughter, we are suffering, we're not okay. The ambassador's like, hey, I feel your pain, but my country's dying out, the population's crying out for children. There's no other way. She dips, but her assistant stays, slides up to June like, I heard what you said, it's something that you need to know. Your man Luke's not dead, yeah, I swear it is true. If you write a message, I will try and get it through. She grabs the pen like it's a life in a palm, scribbles down the note, trying to stay calm. The Handmaid's Tale Season 1, Episode 7. We open on the scene, we remember Luke, June and Hannah on a run, they trying to get him. Luke reaches for his gun from the trunk, gets it popping, he gets shot, passes out and wakes up in the back of an ambulance. Medics trying to patch him up, saying man he got a chance, but the ride gets rocked. They crash, glass shatters, he was strapped to the gurney, he survives, grabs a bag of supplies, pockets what he can, pistol in his hand, he is still a wanted man. He goes back for the fam, back to the road where the van got slammed. June and Hannah gone, all that left is Hannah's little stuffed rabbit. He grabs it, June's red shoe by the road like damn it, no time to panic, gotta keep moving movie makes it into one abandoned town. He is found by an army brat. 2 strays, a gay and a nun. They patch him up, medicine in his veins, say it's safe for now, but the country's gone insane. One of the strays, short blonde, don't speak, looks like yo was wrong. The nun goes with a tone so bleak. She was taken, kids gone, held for being unique. At training camp for breeders, she escaped in a raid, but the scars run deep. She the only one who lived. Don't sleep, don't speak, no words, just a look in her eyes like woo. He like, I feel your pain, I lost my family too. June's red shoe in his pocket, what else can he do? On the move through the woods with a crew, trying not to leave a clue. Word is there's a man up north that can help him slip through. Ex-hippie off the grid kind of dude. Knew June's mom back in the day. He gon' help him escape. He snatches all the phones, smashes them with an axe. Government's tracking every ping, every app. You gotta vanish off the map. Now they lay you low in his shack. Luke gets taught how to shoot, steady hand. He tells him, hang tight, I'ma get you passports from Canada. He gon' be aight. But later they find out that the homie didn't make it out. He was found hang on a street lamp. They like, damn, they don't got their papers, but they got the back streets, so they must leave. Hop onto a bus. Luke exchanges the drugs and his wedding ring for his passage. The Gilead gang rock are blasting. At last he is free. He escapes 3 years later. It's the present. He is safe. He in Canada. A woman rocks up and she handing him a note. It's from June. It goes, Luke, I love you so much. Save Hannah, and the episode ends. The Handmaid's Tale Season 1, Episode 8. June in Nick's bed, he's still beating up them cakes. She watches him as he sleeps, studying his face. She feels a little guilty cause she know that Luke's alive. Yeah, she low-key cheating, but we trying to survive. Go easy on yourself, June. The rules do not apply when the world's gonna shit. You gotta hold on to every bit of happiness you can get. She admits that it feels good. Nick got that good dick and she don't wanna be alone. Moving on, sneaking back into the home. She finds Fred sitting on her bed. He tells her he got something planned, helps her shave her legs, gives her makeup and a dress. He like, hey, we going out. Serena's visiting her mother so they can leave the house and she won't know what's going down. So they bounce, driving over the river to a lounge, a secret club, not a handmaid or a spouse in sight, just men and what appears to be ladies all the night. Fred tells her these the women that the ones who couldn't assimilate into Gilead. Sex workers, CEOs, journalists, boss bitches, now they here being hoes. June's left her home and then whoa, she runs into Moira. She's there, it's insane. She like, girl, I'm sorry that I left you at the train. I'm so happy you're alive. Best friends reunited, it's the vibe. Flashback to when Nick met Fred as he drives. He hears the men discussing handmaids and their wives, making plans. We see a commander telling Nick to be a plant, and I reporting back on Fred and the fam. Back to the present, Fred is kissing June's Nick, reaches in between her legs. She pretends she a high, trying to hide the tears. Later she with Moira and his, how she got busted. The peeps she was with got killed and they must have given her an option. Go to the colonies or work at the functions. She go, it ain't all bad, they got drugs here and food. June tells her about Luke, tells her we can still escape, but Moira's feeling hopeless, like there ain't no way out. We're stuck, we're fucked. Back at the crib, Nick tells June we can't see each other anymore. This is it. Serena Joy back with a gift for June. It's a little music box that she had as a kid. June's in the closet, carving a message. You are not alone. The Handmaid's Tale Season 1, Episode 9. Janine bowing down to her commander and his wife, hands over the baby, but I look in her eyes like, yo, that baby's mine. Walks through a line of handmaids, she spots June, gives her a hug. She whispers, he is coming for me. June is thinking, what the fuck? June tells Aunt Lydia, yo, I think something's up with Janine, cause she had it pretty rough. But Aunt Lydia's like, nah, Janine is super tough. And off to her new crib, goes from off Warren to being off Daniel. June whispers to a handmaid named Alma, I wanna join Mayday, their resistance. She like, I don't know nothing about that, but then they out back. She like, you can help out, we need to smuggle out a package from the Jezebel lounge. June is like, bid. She hollers at Fred, like that other night was the best. He like, yes. He like, we can go back tonight. She like, yes. They rock up to the joint, half six. She links up with Moira, but she ain't about the risk. She like, for the package, you don't even know what it is. I ain't getting involved. June is pissed. She like, this is not the Moira I remember. She like, keep your shit together, don't let them grind you down. Moira dips out like whatever. Back up the crib, Serena Joy in the kitchen looking for some liquor. Rita there, so they kick it, drink it. They talk about Mrs. Putnam, Janine's ex-mistress. Serena says she's bitching about her baby keeping her up at night. She like, bitch, you should be grateful that you got a baby at all, alright? Rita opens up and says she had a son who died. Fred and June arrive. Later that night, Serena wakes June up, tells her get dressed. They walk up to the bridge. Janine standing there with a baby, close to the edge. Aunt Lydia is stressed, begs June to reason with her as she moves closer. Janine hands the baby over, then she jumps. She ain't dead, but she ends up in a coma. The next day at the butcher's, June's giving a package. There's a note attached in it from Moira, like, praise be, bitch. We see a ditch, the Jezebel lounge, in a stolen uniform in the black car heading out. Go Moira, go, go, go Moira, go, go, go Moira, go, go, hey. The Handmaid's Tale Season 1, Episode 10. We start off with a flashback, take us back to when June and the women with us brought to the red. Center, front and center is getting tagged, getting taught how to stand, hands clasped. First time she got smacked with the cattle prod, then we jump to the present. Serena Joyce figured out that her and Fred be sneaking out, so she pounces, slaps her in the face, smashes her against the wall, puts her in a place. She gets dragged in a daze into the bathroom. She is made to take a pregnancy test, and success, she is pregnant. Serena's like, let's go, let's get it, yo, we did it. Our prayers have been answered. June no bloody is like, what you talking about? You think I prayed for this? You think I prayed to bring a baby into this house? Serena rocks up to Fred, like, I know what you did, put an end to it. He like, who you think you talking to? If I cheat, it's cause of you, cause you don't hook it up like you supposed to do. Dismisses her like, move. Serena trying to hurt him. Sheila, by the way, Alfred is pregnant, but you are not the daddy, cause you are now worthy. Yeah, you heard me. June breaks the news to Nick like, this is shit. He like, no it isn't, look at what we did, you gon' have a kid. June thinks about it and she happy for a bit. Serena's like, we got a deal. They in the whip, pull up to a random crib. Serena goes up to the steps and then brings out little Hannah, June's kid. And they sit on the stoop. June is happy, she in shock. She wanna run up to her, put her in her arms, but the car door is locked. She is begging, she is crying, let me out. She yelling Hannah, she's crying and she shouts. They can't hear her. Serena gets back into the car. As long as my baby's safe, so is yours. June is angry, she gets vicious. She goes, you're an evil bitch and you will burn in hell. Serena's like, don't be upset, it ain't good for the baby. Then she raises the petition. Later that night, June opens up the package full of letters from women looking for family members, begging them not to forget them. Fred tells Serena things will get better when the baby's born. We'll get rid of June, it'll be just me and you. The handmaids assembled with Janine in the middle. They each get a stone. She endangered the baby. The punishment is death by stoning. Auckland is like, this is wrong and I ain't on it. I ain't killing Janine. She gets beaten with the barrel of the gun, bleeding, dragged away. And Lydia is yelling, girls, do your duty. June refuses, drops a stone. The other women do the same. The guards are ready to kill him, but Lydia's like, yo, Dave, my responsibility. I'll make sure that they get punished. Meanwhile, Moira's made it to Canada in a refugee center. Looks there to meet her. They are crying as they hug. Moira can't believe it. Back at the crib, guards come to get June while Serena and Fred watch as she enters the van with her head held high. That's the end of the season. See you next time.